the what you find at the end when you declare something. Let's say integer x is equal to 25. Yes. And with the we will go to operand. Operand are entities that operator acts on, and an operand is, let's say 2 plus 3. The 2 and 3 are the operands, and the operator is the addition sign, which is the plus, and the operator are mathematical symbol used for specific operations. And we will continue, whereby may consist of one or more operands. Yes, consist of one or more operands, which I mentioned earlier, 2 plus 3, which the operands are, we have the integer operands, we have the float operands too. So may consist of 0 or more operators to produce a value. For example, a plus b, we have c, x is equal to a plus c. Yes, these are examples. Then we move to with the operation. We have the a plus b, whereby the a is operand 1 and b is operand 2, and the plus sign, the addition sign, is the operator. Yes. So types of expression. The types of expression, we have the integral types, we have the floating expression, we have the rational expression, we have the logical expression, we also have pointers expression, we have bitwise expression, we also have what? We have plenty expressions. Yes. And we'll start with the types of expression, where if all operands are integers, the expressions are called what? Integral expression. So when all the expressions are integers, they are called what? Integral expression. For example, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. They are all what? Integral expressions. So it's what? They are all integers, and it is called integral expressions. And if all the operands are floating point, the expression is called a floating point expression, whereby we have 2.2 plus 3.5, which are going to get 5.7, which all the expressions are in floating point. Yes, and these floating points are called floating point expressions. Then we move to the mixed expression. Yes, when we say mixed expression, has operands of different data types, contain integer and floating points. It is a combination of integer and a floating point. An example of mixed expression, we have the 2.35, we have 6 over 4.39, we have 4.5 times 2 minus 13.6 plus 18 over 2. Yes, that's an example of a mixed expression. And with the 3.5 is what? A floating point, and the 2 is what? An integer. And with the 6 and 4, they are integers, and the 3.9 is a floating point. The 4.4 and the 13.6 are floating points. The 18 and 18 are what? They are integers. So you go on and move to the conditional expressions. Conditional expression, where the expressions where the value produced depend on the value of a condition. So it is produced depending on the value of a condition. Yes, that's a conditional expression. Yes, conditional expression produce depends the produced. Yes, the value produced depends on the value of a condition. Yes. So now after that, we move to the rational expressions. Yes. So with the rational expressions, it yields results of types bool, which takes a value true or false. And as we said earlier on in a previous video on lesson 2, we said what? A bool data types is either true or false. Yes, a bool data type is either true or false. A bool data type is either true or false. And with the rational expression, it's either true or false. For example, x is less than or equal to y, and x plus y is less than or equal to 2. So it is either yes, it is either for true or false. Yes. Then we move to logical expressions. And with the logical expressions, what? Logical expressions what? Combines two or more relational expression and produce a bool type. Yes. That's the logical expression. What? With what? It combines two or more relational expression and produce bool type. So with the logical expression, it combines the true or false. It combines the bool type, which is that true or false, and produce what? It combines the relational expression, which is x. Yes, for the example, x is less than or equal to, then produce what? A bool type, yes or no. So for example, x is less than or equal to ampersand x is equal to 10, x is equal to 11, or x is equal to 10, or y is equal to 5, yes or no. X is equal to 10, yes, or y is equal to 5, yes. False, true or false, yes. Then we move to pointers. Pointers produce address value. So with the pointers, it produces the address for the value, let's say the value 25, yes. So for example, to know with the address for the value, as on our previous video we did on pointers, it is what? You declare the variable, then what? Integer star ptr equals ampersand the x, then you see out x for you to get the address of what? The expression. Then you move to ending expression, where ending expression tells the system that you are done with your expression instructions or expression creation, whereby we use semicolon to terminate the expression. So the ending expression is for terminating or for ending what? An expression. For example, int x is equal to 25, then you bring the semicolon, which is terminating on or ending the expression. Another example, with the floating point, the float amount is equal to 2.75, then you terminate using a semicolon. Another example, we have the double, which we use double salary is equal to 2.3567548, then you terminate. This is how ending expression is. And this is an example, this is a practical example for the ending expression, whereby you have the hashtag include, using name std, int main, whereby you write the code inside the main function. Integer age is equal to 12, string x is equal to amma, then you terminate. So you use that semicolon for terminating the expression. So we have integral expression, whereby we use the ending expression to terminate the integral expression, and we have what? A string expression, whereby you use the ending expression to terminate it. And then we move to comments. It is used to make reading and understanding program much more pleasant. So comments are helpful in skipping the execution of some parts of the code. Comments are used for easy decoding. For example, we have, for you to comment something, you use a double forward slash, whereby it is called a single line comment. So a double forward slash, then let's say for example you bring the double forward slash, then force is equal to, we are commenting force is equal to m times a. That's, we are commenting that formula. Yes, you are commenting that formula. So this is a single line comment. Yes, the forward slash is a single line comment. So after this you move to a double line comment. So let's now talk about the single line, whereby the single line uses double double forward slash. Yes, as I said earlier on. So this is an practical example for the single line comment whereby you use double forward slash. So double forward slash, single line comment. This is what commenting. This is what commenting the single line comment. So with that, when you run the code, it won't appear on the code. Yes, it's used for, let's say, putting somebody on notice. Yes, and this is a multi-line comment whereby comment occupies many lines of code. It starts with this, which is the one forward slash, then hashtag, and not hashtag, asterisk, then ends, then asterisk before the forward slash. So this is an example for the practical example for the multiple comment line. So this is, yes, this is how it looks. This is an example. So we'll move to indentation, whereby it makes code readability and understanding much more pleasant. Each nested block should be properly indented to space with the tab space. All braces should start from a new line, then the code comes for following the end brace from a new line. So indentation, we continue with the indentation, whereby it is mainly used for code inside looping statements and control structures, and it can be used in functions with the loop and control structure. Control structures are used in them. So with the indentation, take a look at this. The practical example, let's say int a is equal to this, that. So we use the indentation. Let's say this is used inside a looping. So this is a looping. If a is less than b, it's a looping. Yes. Then let's move to what? Statement. Statement is a single instruction that performs an action, and also statements are the building blocks of a C++ program. Yes, with the statements, they are the building block for C++ program, which we have several types of statements. Yes, and as time goes on, you see the statements. So now let's show you some of the statements which we have the selection statement. So selection. So there's the types of statements. So the selection statement, okay, the selection statement whereby we have the switch, we have the if statement. It's an example for the selection statement. Yes, and we also have the iterative statement, whereby the statement used in expression iteration of tasks. Like an example is the for, the while loop, the do while loop. Yes, and the expression statement state used to evaluate expressions. And we also have a declaration statement. Yes, and the declaration statement used to introduce new variables or constant. An example, integer page. So with the declaration statement, an example we did earlier on the lesson, so whereby we declared integer. So int x is equal to 5. The int x, then you terminate, is what? Declaration. Float amount is then you terminate is declaration. So this is a declaration statement. Yes, a declaration statement. So now move to jump statement, used to what? Manipulate normal execution of code. For example, break, continue, go to. And with the break, it is used in a switch statement or an if statement. Yes, to what? To break the statement or to stop the statement. And with the continue, to continue what? As an English word, to continue means what? To go on with what you are doing, to continue what you are doing. Yes. So with the jump statement and the break statement, yeah, It is used for switch and if statements. And types of statements, we are continuing with the compound. We have compound statements. Statement that group multiple statements together. They are blocks of code enclosed in curly brace. Yes, this is an example. They are all in a curly brace. There's int main, then the parentheses, then the curly brace. They are all inside the int main. Yes, it is a compound statement. And we have yes, so the compound statement. Int a is equal to 10, int b is equal to 20, std out a and a plus b. So after that, we will take the statement one by one, then you explain them too. So you will start with selection statement, which we said the selection statement is about what? The if statement. An example is an if statement and what? And the switch statement. So if statement and switch statement. So move on. This is self-explanatory something, so you can do it. So if statement is whether an action should be taken. Yes, it's shown whether an action should be taken. So this is a practical example for the if statement. Int age is equal to 20. If age is less than 18, see out what student can vote. Example, and then you end line. Then move to the if statement using indentations. Yes, that's how it is. Almost the same. Using indentation, almost the same. And after that, you use what? If else statement. When you use the if statement, you need to what? Use the else statement too. So when somebody is not above 20 years, he cannot vote. That means else what? See out student is what? Is younger. So this is how to use the else statement. So this is a practical example whereby you have what? The student is old when what? Is what? Greater, or when is what? His age is greater than 18. And when his age is less than 18, the student what? Cannot vote. Or the student is what? Younger. The else, if else statement. And we have the nested if statement. Nested if statement can be used to choose between, you see there's something there, used to choose between conditional statements, nested if, nested conditions. So if expression statement. Yes, that's how the nested if, whereby you use the modulo sign or the percentage sign. So see out positive odd number, else see out even positive even number. And the nested if statement using code blocks. Switch statement, it allows you to choose between multiple alternatives. Compare the value of expression with multiple a lot, whereby the expression in switch statement we must use the integral types, whereby under the integral types, integer, the boolean, then we have the character, then move to switch. Yes, this is how the switch is. So with the switch we use what? Break. So break, then you default. So the break is used over here. So after the switch statement we will talk about the break. The break is what? To stop the expression. Yes. So case, then statement, you break the second case, then you so this is the break statement. The break statement exists from a switch or loop immediately. Break